What's going on, everybody? This is Tony with Urban Girl Scout Media. You gotta excuse my energy today, but I'm excited. We are gonna bring you the Urban Girl Scout Media card spotlight on my personal favorite creature type, Goblins. We are gonna talk about some of my favorite Goblin cards in the game. I'm somewhere between 15 and 20 when I started making this video. There's still one or two that I may add or remove based on length and some other things, but regardless, that is what we're going to talk about today, is cards of the Goblin variety that are just awesome. Quick backstory: when I started playing Magic, I was one of those people that just threw cards together in a deck. If it was red and it worked, great. 7th edition pre-constructed Goblin deck was given to me as a gift, and it just stuck. The aggressiveness of the creature type, some of the abilities and interacting, it was just a lot of fun. So that is what I'm going to bring to you today, hopefully, is something that you can take away on this great creature type, one of the core creature types of the game. The past few years, it's kind of lost some of its luster because, well, honestly, it's a powerful creature type. If you go and look at some of the lords that they have and some of the 1 and 2 drops and the abilities that they have and some of the things like that, it just kind of, it's been neutered the past few years, basically. They stopped producing really great cards for Goblins, and it's unfortunate, but, you know, if that's the decision that Wizards wants to make, well, that's a decision that Wizards wants to make. I'm going to be honest, I'm holding out hope that with the recent expansion of Merfolk and Vampires, the Goblins gets their turn eventually. But I'm rambling. Let's start talking about some of these amazing cards that I'm just so excited about today. Alright, so before I jump into this card, I want to point out that I'm using the Magic the Gathering app available on the Android market. It's about $3. I'm going to just keep this short and sweet. It's the best $3 I've spent in Magic the Gathering. I'll spend another video going into that. First card we got, though, is Bloodmark Mentor. It's a really good card. Just look at it. Red creatures you control at first strike. This is not just a Goblin card. This card helps your entire red creature base, and it's a really powerful tool to have at 2 converted mana costs. The 1 colorless, 1 red makes it incredibly playable. Next card I'm going to choose is from one of the, it's from Unhinged, I believe. It's going to be Goblin Bookie. Listen, anytime that you can pay 1 to reflip or re-roll in any kind of game, I understand that some playgroups would hate this. I love this card. I love the fact that for 1, you can help yourself or you can completely mess with another person. It's just a fun card to have. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a great card, but I'm going to be honest, I have played some coin flipping decks and some dice rolling decks. I've played this index to help neuter those in play groups. This is a really fun card. If you ever have the opportunity to play it, most people will never see it coming. I just suggest making sure your play group is okay with silver bordered cards. Alright, so my next card, kind of keeping up with shenanigans that Goblins can do outside of just attacking. Goblin Diplomat. So this can force creatures to attack on any turn. Think about it like this. You have a bunch of small goblins. You need to get them through an attack. Your opponent's matching you power or creature for creature. If you can survive that attack, you tap this, you make them attack you, and then you're open. You're open to do what you have to do. There are some setbacks. Obviously, you could be taking some damage, or if you're not prepared to block, or maybe you do have a plan. Either way around it, this is another one of those great Goblin cards that it just kind of messes with the game. It doesn't have a real strong place in any one format. It's just a fun, goofy card for the creature type. Next up, we're actually going to go from the Diplomat to Spy. So this creature, Goblin Spy Master, first strike, 2/1, not really great. It's the ability that I really love. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player gets a 1/1 Goblin token that forces their creatures to attack each combat, if able. This is great. This is just a great tool to have because, again, shenanigans that a Goblin deck can do, or maybe this goes in a different type of deck, whatever. This is a very fun card to me. I just love the idea of forcing your opponents to do something like that. So, again, Goblins, they have some shenanigans that they can pull out. So I'll be honest, Goblin Assassin, it does have that coin flip ability, and I probably could have structured this video better and put it right after Goblin Bookie, but I just wanted to go Diplomat, Spy Master, Assassin. I don't know why, I just really love that build-up. So, Goblin Assassin, 3 colorless, 2 red. Whenever another goblin enters the battlefield, each player flips a coin. If you come up tails, you have to sack a creature. Okay. I fucking love this card in my EDH Goblin deck. There's no rhyme or reason to the madness of this. You just flip the coin. That's it. I mean, I love that. When you play Magic, sometimes being able to roll a dice or flip a coin for an action to be determined is better than you determining the action itself. It's called politics, kids. Stay with me. Diplomats, spy masters, and assassins, they're political, okay? They have agendas. So I couldn't care less about this creature attacking. I love the coin flipping ability. It just makes the game fun for me. All right, so I'm going to go to a mono black goblin. And before I even get into the card, this champion ability, it says champion a goblin. I love this ability. I think that this was one of the abilities, because they did it for a bunch of different creature types, and they did it in the Lauren block. I really felt like that was a great ability, a lot of fun to play. And you see for this creature specifically, whenever a goblin you control deals combat damage to a player, you put in a 1/1 goblin. That is amazing. Not to mention the creature is a 5/5. So we are getting a lot of value out of this card just based on if you champion the right kind of goblin, which we'll see some here in a bit, where when it comes back into play, that's when it has an effect. And I guess I should say the name of the card, Bogart Mob. But if you champion the right kind of creature, if this leaves play, you get that effect going off again. Again, these creature types have smaller creatures. You've seen this in merfolk and elves. They have the ability to build up. They're creatures with lords, but they also have cards like this where enter the battlefield or interplay within the deck, synergy. Those things all make the deck that much better. So next is Aunties Snitch. Again, another ability that these creatures had, Prowl, back in that Lauren block. This is from one of the Masters sets, this screenshot. But Prowl was really good. I really enjoyed it. And for this one, whenever a goblin or a rogue you control deals combat damage to a player, if this card is in your graveyard, you may return it to your hand. It can't block, but I really enjoyed the Prowl. I thought that was a really good ability for Magic. I thought that was a really good ability for these smaller creatures, the smaller tribes. So that was definitely something I enjoyed. And this card has the ability to come back. I don't care about the blocking with goblins. I want to go all out and attack each turn. This card fills in that void perfectly. So the last mono black goblin we're going to have for a bit is going to be the Frog Tosa. I love when you have a creature that does multiple things. So for example, this card has haste. It does cost 2, so turn 2 is your best case scenario. However, goblin spells and rogue spells cost 1 less to play. So in a goblin deck where some of that colorless mana cost could take you a little bit to build up to, this reduces that by 1. Same with rogue. So this gives you some playability. This gives you the opportunity to play it in a couple different types of decks. I really like this card in mono black goblins. I love it in red black goblins. It's just fun early game. And it stays with the synergy of goblins, which is go, 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 go. There is no stop with goblins. They want to attack, come out swinging. They are an aggressive creature type, so this card fits perfectly into that mold. All right, so I'm almost out of breath. We're going to stop this video here. We're going to make this a 2-part series because, honestly, the next cards we're going to talk about, they're the ones that pay the bills for the goblins. They are the ones that are the most popular of the cards, the ones that get the job done. They get out there and they get their hands into the shit. They get their hands dirty, and they go and win you games. That's where we're going in the next video. However, until then, subscribe to the channel. Find me on Facebook. You can email me. I set up a damn email. I'll give you advice. Whatever do you want? UrbanGirlScoutMedia@yahoo.com. Otherwise, guys, I appreciate you watching. Check out other videos on the channel, and we'll see you next time.